In this video, we discuss 3 benefits to taking West Coast Swing group classes. What's up, gang? Brian B., West Coast Swing Online. We're talking about the benefits of group classes. We have another video on private lessons, and I think we can use private lessons and group classes to learn different things for West Coast Swing. So if you want that video, look in the description below and we'll link up the private lesson video. But we're talking about group classes. And we're going to give you 3 keys, but really there's 2 main keys for the followers and 2 main keys for the leaders and a bonus. So for the leaders, this is our place to flat learn new patterns. So this is where we learn the footwork to our new patterns and we learn the leads to our new patterns. So it is the most effective use of your money to learn new stuff is in a group class. For the followers, it's a little bit different because you might not be able to control the fact that you learned something in a group class and then later on at a social dance you get to practice that because you're not choosing the patterns. So as a follower, your mindset should be a little bit different. You should be learning the different possibilities. So if we use something basic like a whip, if I can do a whip, and I can do a whip with an inside turn and an outside turn, I'm trying to, as the follower, identify what's possible. If I'm in a whip, is there a possibility of an inside turn or an outside turn from that whip? And can I learn the footwork? So as the follower, you're really trying to understand the footwork to your patterns. Now, of course, you're leading and you're letting the leader lead and you're working on following. But if you were to ask a high-level dancer, do a whip with a double outside turn, they could do the footwork in a heartbeat. And if you can't, then that's the biggest area you can improve in your own dancing within your own body. So for the followers, you're trying to understand the footwork to the pattern so that when you get the lead, it's easy to apply the footwork and recognize what the pattern is. Now, the second key for both leaders and followers, and the third key to this video, is that you're going to get to dance and practice with different people in the group class. So if you were to only work on it with your private lesson teacher, chances are they're a pretty solid dancer, and they'll be able to compensate for you. But the beauty of West Coast Swing is we have different music and different partners, and it changes dance to dance and dancer to dancer. So the group class is a better learning environment to be able to practice with different dancers. Even the people that you think aren't very good and that you're not getting benefit out of, as a teacher, I could probably dance with that person and use my bag of tricks to either lead or follow with that person. So as the student in West Coast Swing group class, you are trying to learn the tips and tricks that you can use to either lead or follow that pattern with a wide range of dancers, which leads me to my bonus. I think as we go along, there is a key to each pattern, right? Or a specific place where as the follower, you can identify what's going on. And each pattern might have a trick to it, so to speak, not a trick, but something you can focus on that really clues you in, let's say, as the follower, to understand what pattern you're in or what your responsibilities are. Same thing as a leader. You might think, okay, I can get through this part of the pattern, but the key to getting to this cool part is this particular part here. So as you're going through your patterns, you're going to try to learn the key to that pattern. And the fun thing about West Coast Swing, or really anything that we get good at, is the more that we learn, the more subtle things there are to learn. So he who takes the most group classes wins. If you stay in the game long enough, you'll deepen your understanding and you will find out that your teacher probably laid out 2, 3, 4, maybe even 10 different tips that you didn't understand the first time around, but as your learning and understanding of the dance deepens, you'll be able to continue to gain stuff out of group classes. To this day, I will stick my head in group classes by other teachers. Literally, I'll stick my nose in and I'll hear them say something that I think, that's a neat thing that I could add, and then I've learned my one thing for that class, and so I've made myself a better dancer through group classes even after doing this for 20 years. So there's your 3 benefits. Leaders, you can learn your patterns. Followers, you can learn your footwork. Both leaders and followers can identify the keys to the different patterns. And then the bonus, well, that is the bonus. Number 3 was that you get to practice and dance with different people. And of course, the key to each pattern from the leader and follower's perspective is your bonus. There you go. There's a couple tips on how to improve your dancing in West Coast Swing through group classes. If you want to see our private lesson video, click underneath. We'll link that up. And then in the link in the corner, it's going to be this way. You can head on over to the website, westcoastswingonline.com, enter your email address, sign up for a free membership, totally free, 20 awesome videos. But better than that, you'll be on our email list where we send out special content 2 to 3 times a month for all things West Coast Swing. Currently, when we're shooting this video, there's 13,000 people worldwide that get those videos. So we converse with a lot of West Coast swing dancers around the world to create awesome resources for you guys. So thanks for the support. Share this with a friend, and we will see you on a dance floor soon.